said a couple key things, man, that you did. Number one, as a hurdle coach, teaching yourself to hurdle is extremely impressive, especially that late, and
Mm-hmm.
especially you not being 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot going against you there, and it's like to teach yourself to hurdle, and then say you could hurdle for 2 years and no one knew that's a lot of commitment. And you didn't get any praise for it because no one saw you doing it, or maybe it was just one person, your mom maybe, or somebody who was behind you, but people weren't seeing you do it, and you did it anyway as an investment in yourself. So you were already preparing for the future at that point. So these are all the things that you need to do. Achieving a goal isn't blind and random. It's not just like, oh, it's like, no, I need a scholarship. So how do I make myself more valuable? And you thought about it and you executed a plan. So that's impressive. And people need to understand that this stuff isn't magic or snake oil. You got to do some stuff.
110%. I mean, I've always been one of those kids growing up with my head in the clouds. I was always a dreamer. And then someone asked me, well, how are you going to do it? And they kept badgering me, or honestly, they kept preparing me in that process. It's like, you might have a dream, you might have an idea, you might have a notion, but then what are the steps that you need to do in order to accomplish that and make it possible? And my father's in the military. I was a former firefighter, so more so very pragmatic. And so what that then became, I like to call myself an analytical dreamer. And so once the idea is formed, I then need to create a pathway in order to do it. And in that process, I like to do as many contingencies as possible, because nothing is perfect and nothing happens the way it's designed, as the military and the fire side of me. So even from the idea of like becoming a hurdler and learning it, I was fortunate in a sense, because even though I was a short hurdler, I didn't get introduced to the event at 39 inches. I got introduced to the event at 42. So although the learning curve is steep, I didn't come with any habits.
With bad habits,
Right.
absolutely.
So I was just raw. And by the gift of God, I have natural skill set. It just was in the wrong place. So I have power and I have speed. And so that's the only thing that I can be. And so a lot of short hurdlers would try to be overly technical. By all means, you need to be that. But if you do have a level of skill set, no matter your event, right? Whatever your God-given tools is, even if it's to outwork the other individual, you have to maximize what makes you you. And so I realized what cards I was bringing to the table. No one can out jump me. No one can out power me. I can push something 3, 4, 10 times my weight if I needed to. And so I started focusing on what I can do well and develop my foot speed and things simultaneously. And I think that's what made it well for me, because I translate pretty good. 7-6 indoors, 6-6 indoors, 13-1, 10-2. So it's like once I realized there's a ticket there, I was like, let's ride this thing as far as I can go.